Hi there, and welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we're going to go into part 2 of volume 3 of my scrapbook. Today's going to be kind of a short edition. Don't have too much before it technically starts into 1978 that I'm for sure about. So I'm going to make this a shorter video because I know that there's some stuff that I've recently done or that's in the process of being done that I want to add before I go into what I'm confident is 1978, 1979, 80, etc. So first of all, I just want to give a shout out to my best friend who sent these two incredible necklaces today. You'll be seeing this way after, but in a couple days is my birthday, and these were nice presents. So I have my little own personal Nextmas, I think is what we call it. And I just thought this moon was kind of a pretty, it's like a silver chain with abalone, I think is what this is. And then this beautiful one here, this beautiful jade stone here at the bottom, but this one here at the top on the back says, "Don't forget who the F you are." And I thought that was kind of a cool sentiment to go into a new year. So yeah, I just thought I'd show off my little Stevie homage here around the neck. Thought that's kind of cool. Not that anybody cares, but just wanted to share that. So I shared some pictures prior that I think were definitely around the 77 range. These kind of could have gone with them, I think. I think these might be the day on the green. So I might have shown these maybe. I don't know about the rest of them. But I think some of the other ones that I showed, this page should probably come apart and be re-evaluated to go with other pages that I've done. It's hard to tell. This one especially. This one goes with, there's another really great one I showed of her on stage, and I think this one goes with that one. Then this one goes with another time. So I know for a fact that none of these all go together. I don't think any of these go together except maybe these two, obviously, just from the decor. But this one, I don't even think goes with this one. I think these are 4 other separate shows, personally. I could be wrong. But this page was an older one made, so these are pretty common. This one's kind of different, but certainly more common, standard magazine type photos. This little excerpt with Lindsay came out more in the recent times, but it was from Rumors marks its 31st week at #1, and that was January 14th, 1978. Rumors and Frampton Comes Alive, which I think was a prerequisite to just have in your house, right? Isn't that a joke in Wayne's World? If you know, you know. But they said that everybody, was shipped a copy of Frampton Comes Alive. You know what? I never had that album, to be perfectly honest with you. I couldn't tell you 5 songs off that album as well. And it's one of the biggest hits. But yeah, not a Frampton fan, just somebody, I don't know, just somebody I never got into, and definitely never had the album. I know one, but that's probably about it. Some of these were really cool. These were a really neat set. I'm going to start with the ones on the back first here. Some people that had photos from Herbert Worthington's estate had these photos. They're a tad bit blurry, but you can see Walter Egan, Stevie, and his band, and each one is off just a little bit. He thought he only had 2 copies or 2 pictures, but it ended up being 3. Like I said, I mean they're slightly off, but you can just barely see the difference in Stevie here. Which again, kind of going back to a comment in the last video I made, I didn't mean to. I wanted them all because they're the original prints. And there seems to be no negatives left of these. So if you're a Walter Egan fan too, these are kind of cool. But it ended up that there was a third one. in the mix. And then there was a duplicate of one of these other ones that's here. Just really cute, unique, original photos. And I think it's just before they take the stage for this show, just by what Stevie and him are wearing. This is kind of not an uncommon photo, but just a really cool photo. I like pictures of the band and people on stage with the audience, just kind of giving it a vibe. This was out of a magazine here. I don't know if this is clear or not. Again, I think the same day. And that states that Egan plays for free. Columbia recording artist Walter Egan and his group recently performed at the John Ford Cultural Arts Theater for the KWST LA Free Concert Series, which is sponsored by the LA County Board of Supervisors. Pictured left to right are Annie McClune, female lead vocalist in the Egan Band, Billy Gerber, concert promoter for the show, Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac singer, who made a guest appearance in Egan. So that was kind of cool. And then this was just a review of Egan's fundamental role, which comments on the fact that Lindsay and Stevie make guest appearances in it. This is just kind of funny. There it is right there on the front cover. See the Madman patch on Walter Egan's jeans. Well, naturally, anyone who wears Madman on his sleeve most likely isn't crazy at all, but rather, as the Audi folks say, crazy like a fox. Only this is an Audi Mr. Egan's leaning up against while following those cheerleaders. It's a Mercedes, probably Stevie Nicks' personal Mercedes on top of that, which is just kind of funny. And I think, again, it just mentioned that Lindsay and Stevie provide backing vocal, but that little part about Stevie at the beginning was really cute. So, and this was May 1978. So see, we are already kind of going into the 78 part, but just wanted to show those pictures. And then I'll end it with, not quite, but some more. Now, I don't think these are from the same time. This was a really unique one. This was an original I got from Brian Kane. I'm not sure where this is from. This does have a mark on the back. I don't think I wrote it down. Of course I didn't. Nope, I'm incorrect. I don't know which one it is now. But anyway, it's just a really cool picture of them recording. Then this is another time. Stevie with the band. Very weird pose for Stevie. And how she's holding his hand. It's like somebody like she just took his hand at the last moment, right before the picture was taken. An awkward angle. Now this one, I think, or no, it's this one that's inside the album, I want to say. It's one or the other, or maybe both. But these were just photos. Maybe it's both. Funny enough, I think that picture I showed at the very beginning, did I show that one yet? No, I can't remember. But I have a photo of Stevie very, very early, and I'm pretty sure that's the same little top she's wearing. Which was kind of cute. This one, I don't know what was missing here. Kind of bums me out. I don't know what happened. This is an original sticker. Some great live shots of Lindsay. These are original prints, little 5x7s. Unknown photographer. Then again, a later article came out much later, I want to say like in the 90s, but just related to rumors at the time, which is why I kind of added early on, because it's just information about the album and just, again, trying to make a page that's, early 70s. But I'll be damned if I can't remember what was here. Drives me nuts. Then, like I said, this is kind of short, but I'm going to end it with this one here. This was a really great shot that I got, again, from Star World, which I kind of went into a little story about them in Los Angeles on Hollywood Boulevard. This photo I've seen, I think this is Stevie at I want to say no, Easter Seal, she's wearing a red velvet, but I can't remember, like a talk show or something that she was going on. When I show this, I see it in like black and white and other places, but I have yet to see this photo elsewhere in somebody's collection as an original. And I want to say that this photo, because this is definitely an original, unfortunately, it has no mark on the back, but I would like to know who took this photo. But this was another trip to Los Angeles where I'm like, I'm not leaving without this photo. So kind of a cool, unique photo. And I just want to say she's going on a talk show or something, but I can't recall. So that will do it for this one here. Again, we're going to get into 1970, still kind of, it's 78, but it's like Rolling Stones review of 77. So it's kind of early 78. Carry on with that. And then again, I'm confident I'm going to get into Tusk and 1980, but still probably throw back here and there with the early 70s. So thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Saw some pictures you hadn't seen before. I always like to know in the comments if there's something you hadn't seen, something that was of interest to you. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great night. Bye-bye.